Hello, hello, my beautiful, divine, feminine queens. How are we today? I am so excited to dive into today's topic. This is a topic that is super taboo in our society, and it's also one that people aren't talking about enough and aren't practicing enough. So, the intention behind this episode is to share this very ancient, very powerful, very intuitive practice that you can do on your own, you can do with your sacred partner. So you can really begin to understand the power that you hold in your womb to bring you back to the basics, really, to allow you to feel into something that is innately yours. And through this practice, you will begin to stand in your power more and more. So today's topic is about sex magic. And I invite you to have an open mind, an open heart, and an open body as we dive into this beautiful and incredible practice of sex magic. If you're sitting here and you have no idea what I'm talking about, the easiest way to describe what this is essentially the practice of manipulating energy in its highest form of pleasure to activate and amplify a specific intention. So there are multiple ways that you can use sex magic. You can do it by yourself. You can do it with a partner. You can do it with the intention to manifest something, which I know we all want to do, but you can also do it to release energy and go really deep into shadow work as well. And I will get into all of that, but I want to speak to it in a way that really resonates because I want to give you the tools so you can literally get off of listening to this episode and like go practice it if you want. But the first practice is self practice. And I've been doing this for a very long time and it has worked time and time again. And through this self practice, it's a beautiful technique to manifest. And I know there are so many different techniques out there for manifestation. There are so many different teachers, and it's manifestation is such a beautiful tool to understand, right? When you understand how to manifest, your life truly can change, but it can be overwhelming in the beginning just because of how many different techniques there are. I always suggest to clients, to friends, is to find what works for you. Listen to those teachers that you feel gravitated towards and take little bits and pieces from them and make the practice yours. Sex magic is the same thing, right? This is a type of practice, but it's more powerful when it becomes a ritual, and that ritual is uniquely yours. You make that ritual what feels right for your soul, what feels in alignment to you. And it's meant to have, you're supposed to have fun with it anyway. But the way that I practice this self practice of manifestation through sex magic is pretty similar to Dr. Joe Dispenza, his technique of manifestation. When you think of Dr. Joe Dispenza and his teachings, the biggest component of it is the mind and heart coherence. So essentially, what he tells us is we can never just think something into reality. We must feel it through our heart, feel it as it's already manifested, feel it as it sits right in front of you. What would it feel like when it comes through? Feel the excitement, feel the love, the joy, the gratitude, and really feel that emotion as you are envisioning what it is that you're calling in. And I love this so much. And this practice is the one technique that I truly feel like it works. And this is why I think sex magic is so potent as well. Because when you're in the practice of sex magic, it's not just your thoughts, you're actually having this physical sensation that's happening. And within that physical sensation, it's just amplifying your vision. It's amplifying the emotions that you feel. So through this incredible physical sensation that you're actually feeling in your body, not only are you envisioning what you are calling in, and not only are you feeling the feelings of what it would feel like to have that manifest, but you're also having this physical sensation of ultimate pleasure. So it's this like trifecta that is going on, this trifecta of manifestation, really. So to just set the scene for you guys a little bit, and of course, make this your own, but get into bed. You know, if you are one to pleasure yourself, by God, I hope we all are. If you're not, you are missing out. You should definitely be doing this often. Go about how you would typically pleasure yourself, right? And as you start to get into the energy of pleasure, begin to call in your manifestation and begin to feel into what that manifestation would feel like when it's received. And the most important part is as you reach peak pleasure, as you reach climax, is to really anchor into that vision and really anchor into that feeling. And as you climax, essentially what you're doing is you're setting off this flare into the universe of what your manifestation is. And because it's surrounded in this energy of pleasure, which is so, the frequency of it is so high, the universe gets that ping so much quicker. Okay. So I want you, like, a really good way to envision this that came to me when I was feeling into this episode was when a boat is lost at sea. I know this might sound weird, but when a boat is lost at sea, they send off one of those like flare things. And the point of the flare is that someone else knows that they need assistance. Think of yourself, right, as the boat. You are the boat. Your manifestation is the flare, and the person that sees the flare is the universe. I know. Okay. And that's why it's so powerful, is because the energy that's behind it. It's literally the same thing if you were just to sit down and manifest, right? You're doing the same exact thing, but you're adding that third dimension of pleasure. That's the most important part. That's the most potent part, is because the energy, that the frequency that pleasure holds is so high. And that's what makes this practice so incredibly potent. So incredibly potent. Another technique to do this is with a partner. Only recommend you doing this with a partner that is on the same page. They have to be open to it in order for it to work, but a partner that you feel safe with. And I mean, my God, I hope your partner is someone that makes you feel safe. If not, that's a whole other thing. But this practice with a partner is so beautiful and it's so powerful as well. And it works wonders if you are trying to manifest something together. I've done this with my ex when we were looking for our home. I had him do this and he was like, "You're so crazy," but but it worked. And you can do this for, I don't know, whatever it is that you're manifesting. A home, like I said, if you're calling in financial abundance, calling in children, you're calling in maybe more depth to your relationship or healing a part of your relationship. Whatever that intention is, this is such a beautiful way to do it, because not only are you amplifying the intention, that manifestation, but you're also having this deep connection with your partner. So it really makes a beautiful ritual. So what I would suggest is you have a conversation with your partner before any of this goes down, to get really clear on what your intention is, to talk through what this ritual might look like for the both of you. And again, this is meant to be fun. This is meant to be your own unique thing. Make it your own ritual because it's yours. And it's something that will be you and only you and your partners. And that's just beautiful within itself. So, same technique. You're in your ritual, you're having sex, you begin to reach peak pleasure, you begin to climax. That's when the both of you say, okay, you start envisioning what that manifestation is together. You start feeling into the manifestation as if you've already received it. You can be talking to each other out loud, again, whatever works for you. And then as you climax, you send it off into the universe. Amazing. Like, just, I'm speechless, right? I'm speechless because talking out loud about it, it's like, it's duh. Like, duh. Why haven't we been told this before? It's a very intuitive, very easy, very beautiful thing to do, but yet it's like not commonly spoken about. Well, today it is. And the best thing to kind of tie this up, right? To tie the ritual up with your partner is just to express love and gratitude for it. And you can do the same thing with yourself. It just express love and express gratitude for yourself, for your partner, to really just close the ceremony. When you sit in that energy of love, when you sit in that energy of gratitude, that is the icing on the cake for manifestation, because it's showing the universe that you are just so grateful and you are so in love. And those are both very high vibrational words and feelings to feel. So I'm going to share something. Use your discernment. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it's playing in your shadows. And when you do shadow work, it can take you to the depths of your shadow that are scary, that are uncomfortable, that are painful, right? It's taking you into the depths of your shadow. And so I live for shadow work, because without it, we will never be able to manifest. We will never be able to up level. So I think it's incredibly important. But there are many different ways to do shadow work. How I experienced this the other night through sex magic was profound. And I've been taken into the depths of my soul before, just on my own. That's how powerful we are as women, that we can sit there and take ourselves so deep into our shadows and work through it on our own, right? When we understand our power. But to do this through sex magic was, again, it was so profound. And I'm going to share it with you because that's what I'm here to do. And I invite you to take it or leave it. If you feel called to practicing this on your own, by all means, please go for it. Really set this ritual more as a ceremony, calling in your angels, having like saging yourself, because you are playing in your shadows. Like, you always want to make sure love and light are there to protect you. But anyway, so I basically took myself into a state of climax. And for some reason, I didn't even, my intention was to clear energy. And I think it was through that intention of clearing energy that opened up the door for me to go really deep into what needed to be cleared. And as I was climaxing, I had this like knowing of what needed to be cleared. And I was like instantly taken into the shadow. I instantly shifted gears, and I was done climaxing, and I was just brought into the state of Ho'oponopono. And Ho'oponopono, if you're unfamiliar, is this beautiful prayer, this beautiful practice of forgiveness, either to yourself or someone else. And I just kept repeating. I kept repeating, I'm sorry, for, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe. And it was directed towards my teenage self. It was directed towards my younger self. And no, I'm sorry. It was my younger self. It was my teenage self. I was in her energy. I was pulled into her energy. And she was the one doing the Ho'oponopono. She was the one saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And oh, It was so beautiful. And it was really hard to work through. It was really hard to work through, but it was this whole sacral womb clearing. And at the end of it, I had this conversation as myself now in adulthood to my teenage self and also my younger, like my child self. My inner child came through. And it was like the three of us were in this ceremony together, acknowledging all the things that needed to be acknowledged and just loving one another. And I honestly have never experienced anything like it in this extent, looking at what we're looking at. And it was because through the sex magic, right, I was able to bring myself into a state of openness, of surrender, of bliss, of pleasure that cracked open that door that needed to be cracked open to work through what needed to be worked through in that moment. And again, like I said, my intention was to clear. So that's a pretty broad intention, right? Just to clear energy. But what wanted to be cleared, and it's interesting because the next day was that 12/12 portal, that new moon. And a lot of what I was manifesting is related to the sacral and the womb, right? Is related to success and divine partnership and all of the things. I can't call that in if there is a massive block standing in the way. And that's what I was led to clear. And so the next day I was able to go into that manifestation and that portal, that new moon, with this whole new openness to receive. And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I share this with you. Again, this is like very, very vulnerable. But I share this with you just so you can understand the power that this practice holds, as well as understand the power that you can hold, that you do hold as soon as you tap into it, right? As soon as you practice it more and understand it and remember it. These are the things that I'm talking about. These are the things that I'm talking about. How magical, magical it is. And it's healing at the end of the day. So it's not all love and light, right? It's important to go through the dark, especially when we want to manifest. And the bigger the thing is that we want to manifest, the more important it is to us. Probably there's a block there that we have to kind of clear out. So, looking at the polarity of this beautiful practice, looking at it as a whole and all the different facets it holds to allow you to move through, that is beautiful. And no wonder why our society doesn't want us to talk about it, because what it is doing, it's helping us remember the innate power that we hold as women. It's allowing you to heal yourself. It's allowing you to receive the desires that you want in life. It's allowing you to create the reality that you deserve, that you desire, that is divinely yours. But I hope you received it. I really, really, really do. And let's just pause for a second. Just pause, close your eyes, take a deep breath in, let it go. And I just want you to digest all of the information, because everything that was shared brings you back into your own power. The more that you practice this, the more that you remember the power you hold, it allows you to feel into the worthiness, your divine worthiness that lives within your womb. So the more you do this, the more it will unlock, and the more that you will radiate this unique signature of power and worthiness that is divinely yours. So beautiful. So next time someone tries to tell you that you're not powerful, like, LOL, Seriously. Because now you practice sex magic and now you're really tapping into your innate power. And congratulations. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. Welcome to your power. I honor you. I see you. I am here for you. I am right alongside you, sister. So until next time, I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.